Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. Well, we love our sea turtles around here, and we are in the middle of sea turtle season. So here to talk to us about that is Amber Kuehn, and she is, of course, with the Sea Turtle Patrol of Hilton Head. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so exciting. I mean, it's always such a fun time of the year. You know, it's when it comes May 1st, we're like, all right, we're getting ready for the season. So where do we stand so far this year?
Well, our first nest was May 5th.
Okay.
And right now, as of this morning, we have 194 nests.
Which will change probably by tomorrow.
Every day is different, right?
Yeah.
But you can go to our website, SeaTurtlePatrolHHI.org, and there's a nest counter. We can see what it is every day. And, you know, we're out at 5 o'clock in the morning. So if you're an early riser, you might see us out there looking for tracks. Nothing has hatched yet.
Okay.
We're anxiously awaiting that. It should be any day.
Okay, I was just going to say, so like we're right, the beginning of July is kind of maybe when the first ones usually start to hatch, is that right?
Right, so it's around 60 days, but because it was cooler at the beginning of the summer this year, they may go around 70 days.
Okay.
So the first nest hasn't hatched yet. But when we start hatching season, things get really critical when it comes to our beach rules, because the hatchlings are so much more vulnerable than the nesting females.
Sure. So what have you seen or observed this year so far? Are they following those rules? Do we need some reminders?
Yeah, so in the last couple of weeks, y'all may have noticed the traffic has gotten really bad.
Yes.
Like all of a sudden people are on the beach
They're
en
here.
masse. They're here.
Yeah, for sure.
So the holes need to be filled in because the hatchlings will fall into a hole this deep.
Yeah.
You know, just a tiny hole. Anything left on the beach, because we have that code enforcement option on 4 nights a week where things get picked up, we don't have too much of a problem, but all the personal property off the beach by sunset. Trash, of course, that should be a no-brainer.
Right.
The red light flashlights are very important with the hatchlings because they follow white light, flashlight. So the red just keeps them from following you down the beach. They can see it, so don't think you're invisible.
Yeah.
But it would be helpful.
Yeah. And so if somebody does decide that they want to be an early riser and go out and see what may be happening, what are some of those rules at that time too? Because obviously you don't want them touching a hatchling, you don't want them touching a mama. What's going on?
Usually the process happens as soon as it gets cool enough for them to emerge. So in the early morning, hatching should have already come and gone, right? So you're pretty good. You can look for open holes and little baby tracks all the way to the ocean, hopefully not to the porch light at the rental home behind it.
Exactly.
And that's always exciting to see. And if you see us, we may be inventorying a nest, counting the empty shells, the eggs that didn't hatch and so forth, and releasing hatchlings. So if you see the truck, please feel free to come up and ask us questions. We love to answer questions.
Yeah.
And we love the interest.
Well, let's talk about that process a little bit about, you're saying inventorying things and that things of that nature, because if people see you doing that, they might think, oh, well, I can just dig this up and see what's here and then put it back down. So obviously they really can't. Yeah. You're doing it under the guidance of the SCDNR.
Right. So remember, sea turtles are endangered species, so they're federally protected, which means you can't touch anything in and around the nest. You can't touch a hatchling. If you see something, maybe a hatchling is weak and can't make it through the surf, that can be normal for some of these that we release. We don't need to know about it, but you certainly can't help it or pick it up. Unfortunately, that is just nature, and we have to let that go. But anytime you see us inventorying a nest, you feel free to watch. We just can't have you interact with them. Right. That's all. But it's very interesting to see.
I'm sure that it is. I haven't been lucky enough to do it yet, but maybe one of these days. So tell us, though, a little bit about your website, because I know if people want to learn more, you have so much information there.
There are ways to help us out as far as dedicating a nest. So if you would like to give a gift to someone where you have all the information that's particular to that nest sent to you, that can be found at the Dedicate a Nest tab on our website. There's also the nest counter, which I mentioned, and turtle information and ways to contact us if you see something on the beach and you want to let us know. All of those emails come directly to me. So I'll be happy to answer all of them.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here. It's always fascinating to hear what's going on with our sea turtles, and so thanks for being here, Amber.
Thank you, and thank you for everybody's interest. We really appreciate it.
Yes, for sure. And thanks to everybody else on the show today for their insights and contributions as well. As always, our production team is behind the scenes to make all of this possible, and of course, we are honored that you have chosen to share a part of your day with us. I'm Betsy McDaniel, and we'll see you for the next WHHI-TV Daily News.